I'm listening to 49er Rush. Niners all day. Let's bring 6 home, baby. Let's go.
I love it, man.
It's time for the 49ers Rush podcast. And here's your host, John Chapman.
What is going on, faithful? What a terrible, oh my gosh, disgusting, abysmal performance by this football team. It really, really bad. Now, the score comes down 31-17. All right, so the 49ers lose, obviously. This game was over before it started. It felt like it started, like, just imploded. We saw a team, I think probably the worst loss in the entire Shanahan regime time period. I put the Miami Dolphins game last year as well up there. This was bad. Scott, yeah, I'm with you. Completely and utterly outcoached from the get-go. And here's what we got today, okay? This is therapy session, so let's get it out, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and we're going to jump through some positives, which there were some positives, a lot more negatives, obviously. But let's be real. This is bad at a time when you were tinkering, right? What did we say before this game? I don't think that this game could prove how good you are. I think that this game could prove how bad you are. Because it was a game you're supposed to win. It's Colt McCoy. It's Colt. The end of the game, Colt McCoy scrambles, he gets tackled short, gets up and starts popping off to Fred Warner. Who the hell, like, and rightfully so. Fred Warner, probably his worst game, maybe the last 2 years. Not that he was like real bad, but just no plays. He made no plays. Couple decent plays early on in the run game, but like, man, Colt McCoy was right to get up and talk trash because he owned this defense. He goes 22 of 26, throws for 249 yards, 1 touchdown. He had a 119 rating. Colt McCoy, like, that's not cool. He rushed for 23 yards against us. It's bad, guys. Now, the one positive that we have, I get to give away a Joe Montana jersey. So one of the faithful get to be happy. So as always, hashtag CC, first 90 seconds of a broadcast, that gets you entered. We have so many entries. I love that the podcast is growing, but man, this was a shitty performance. All right, I'm cussing this one. I'm getting it out there. Devin, appreciate all the support, Devin. Amazing Fred. What the actual hell is going on? That type of loss to Colt McCoy, yeah, it's bad. And so, okay, let's talk Kyle Shanahan. Because I understand a lot of people get mad at Kyle Shanahan and like do the whole fire Shanahan thing. But the reason why people get mad at Kyle is not the reason why I get mad at Kyle, okay? Play calling, yeah, there's going to be ebbs and flows. Game time decisions, we'll talk about that. He was really, really bad in that today. I think that's an issue as well. That's not my main critique with Kyle Shanahan. My main critique with Kyle Shanahan is the loss of control or just the terrible personnel decisions. That's where I'm like, what the hell are you doing? It makes no sense. Okay, Mike McGlinchey goes down, which sucks. I don't ever want anybody to be injured. And McGlinchey was having a pretty decent game for McGlinchey standards. Not good, not great, just, whatever. He goes down, and who goes in as his backup? Yep, Tom freaking Compton, who goes all the way back to the days, Redskins days and all that stuff. I know they're not the Redskins anymore. But that's just total horse manure. The kid sucks. He sucked his whole career. He gave up 3 sacks, almost 4 sacks because Jimmy spun his way out of 2 of them. Why the hell is Jalen Moore not playing? I understand Jalen Moore's never played left tackle, but he did in training camp. And we saw what he could do at left tackle in a regular season game, not even preseason, not even training camp, not even whatever. The dude was good. Very, very good, if not great. Why not try? Why not try somebody else besides the guy that just gives up 4 things that has no future with this team? Tom Compton is a long season vet. There's no future. There's no upside. It's just downside. It's a dumpster fire. So like, that's my critique, right? So if we want to get real pissed off at Shanahan, and this is a game to do it, that's my issue. Why the hell is Josh Norman on the field at all? I hope he played his last play. I really hope we drop him tomorrow. That dude is a freaking clown. And if you watch the Patreon video breakdowns that we do, the whole time I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a busted assignment by Josh Norman because he's playing hero ball. Oh, look, this is another busted assignment. Now he gets the turnovers, but like, again, okay, you finally benched Josh Norman, which is great. And I'm curious to know if that was a D'Amico or a Kyle Shanahan thing. We'll never find out. But we finally get him benched, and then what do? You put in Dre Kirkpatrick. And this was the first game. Actually, Ambry Thomas was healthy and active this game. So I was like, oh, we might get to see a rookie corner, at least if we're getting dusted and whatever else and missed tackles and all those things. At least we'll get to see some potential and grow. Nope, nothing. Then at the end of the game, whenever there's 0% chance to win, what do? We keep Jimmy Garoppolo and all our starters out there. Instead of developing, you can't win. Maybe you're trying to build confidence. How'd that work out for you? Interception, right? Like, what? It's not, all you're doing is just throwing darts at a dartboard sometimes, is how I feel with this coaching staff and the personnel choices that they make. There's no like, okay, it's not checkers, it's chess, right? Like, you're trying to say, okay, we're going to do this because this helps us now and for the future. That doesn't even enter into the equation for this coaching staff whenever they're picking personnel decisions. Instead, it's who helps us the most right now. And that's not even really the question. Here's what Kyle Shanahan says before every single personnel decision. Who do I trust the most? And you could say, like, all right, that's cool. But here's the thing with trust. You can lose it. And whenever you give up 3 sacks in 2 quarters, where's your trust? Like, okay, maybe, just maybe. I know it's crazy, right? I know it's crazy. Maybe I made a wrong choice. Maybe I put the wrong person out there. And maybe I need to try somebody else that has shown that they can do well in this exact same position, because guess what? We're getting beat because of one position. And obviously it's more, we lost way more reasons than that. Anyway, yeah, that's my biggest Kyle critique. Now we could talk a little bit more about the game situations. Bobo, thanks for the gift, man. Yeah, this is rough. He says it's 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20 all over again. One of those years was a good year. But yeah, you're right. It's been rough for the 49ers faithful. That's what it is. Oh, Juan Solis, we got royalty in here. He says, bring the pain this week in film. Yeah, if you guys ready, I'm going to be, no holds barred, man. That's, and I think this is my problem, Juan. You can see that players aren't a part of the future. We're not a Super Bowl team. Now, if we won this game, which we lost in horrific fashion, we would have been in the 7th spot. We're still only 1 game out of the playoffs. There's 7 teams in the playoffs now. So, like, that's my fear. That's my fear, right? Kyle Shanahan and the coaching staff, hey, guys, we can still make the playoffs. You might be able to, but this team is bad. This team is bad. The issues that you look at, Terrell, the defensive coordinator, you got ghosted by freaking Colt McCoy, man. And not only just Colt McCoy, they were out 8 out of 11 starters. 8 out of 11. And they freaking whipped your ass nonstop up and down the field. Whipped your ass. Like, now you say, oh, well, we had guys out too. We did. We didn't have 8 of 11 guys out. No. And again, you go back to the Colts game. Inferior team with more injuries beat our ass at home. Tore us up. And sorry for the cuss words. This therapy session. So just want to let you know there's going to be some more 3 and 4 letter words being used in this. So buckle up, baby. I like, let it out. It's healthy. It's healthy. It's therapeutic, right? Philip, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the gift. Noe, he says, have no words, just wow. Yeah, where's the Owen Wilson, like gift that we can use of him just saying wow over and over again? Terrell, he says, do you think Norman is still on the team? He should not be. I would cut him. You're home. Cut him now. Cut him now. It's an absolute embarrassment. Pushing his own teammate, right? Like, okay, cool. You got out of control with the coach, you dumbass. On 3rd down, you moron. It's not the first time. It's not the second time. It's not the third time. It's a joke. And again, this guy has no bearing on our future. He'll never play again in the NFL if we cut him right now. Nobody's picking him up. He has not changed his game. His mentality is not team-focused whatsoever. It's not what it is. And so then he has his teammates coming over trying to calm him down. He starts pushing the teammates. What the hell, man? That's Ron Artest BS. Like get that out of here. Like, that is just not, you don't want this on the team. It's a cancer. It's a cancer. Get it out. Get it out. Cut him and move on now. Now, if you're just going to cut him and you're going to start Kirkpatrick, what the hell? Learn from your mistakes. Sean. He says, what are we drinking? And dinking and dunking down 2 possessions with less than 2 minutes to go. We took some deep shots there, but it was bad. The punt was bad. You're down 24 points, and you kick the extra point. What the hell, man? Like, no. Okay, so let me just walk you through this, okay? So you coach at high school ball. Again, I'm just trying to bring my reference point to this. You have a coach that's a chart guy, right? So you have one coach that just has the chart that tells you, hey, statistically, this is what you're supposed to do in this situation. You only use it in the fourth quarter. I don't believe in chasing in the third quarter. This was the fourth quarter. We're down 24 points, okay? Now, here you go. Y'all ready? Let's do this. Now, I'm not a smart man, but what's 8 times 8 times 8? I'm pretty damn sure that's 24. That's how you tie the game. That's 3 possessions. What do? We kick the extra point. I was just sitting there just like, what? Like I was counting the score. Like, did I miss something? Like, were we down 25? Like, no, we were down 24. I don't understand. So even though we scored, that's great. We kicked the extra point. Now you still have to score 3 times. Do the 49ers not have like a chart guy that says, hey, coach, we got to go for 2 here so that we can try to tie it because we'll be down 16? Nope. No, we're down 17. Now you have to score 3 more times. What? Like, come on, man. Like, that's unheard of. That, like, you don't make that mistake. You don't do that. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. The punt, it was 4th and 13. And it actually worked. We punted. We pinned them. They went 3 and out. We got the ball back. And to show you, and I think this is the thing. Everybody's like, oh, Cliff Kingsbury's greater than Kyle Shanahan. He was today. 100%. His team was more prepared. Freaking Cliff Kingsbury, they're snapping the ball with 18 seconds left on that drive. And again, I'll go back and show you on film with the Patreon if you haven't subscribed with us yet. Like, they're not even running the clock out because they don't even understand. Like, it's bad. It's just, and this is kind of the NFL that we have today. Okay, and I want to jump into this. I want to say thanks to a couple more people from their gifts. Thank you, Rich. I'm a little behind on the chat. I appreciate everybody. David, thank you. David says, I'm done with this wide 9. All pass rush, no protection defense. It does give a lot of space. The defensive tackles are rough, man. Outside of, DJ Jones went down, came back, and played relatively well. But we're hurting. When Armstead and DJ Jones are not in there, we get beat up the middle. The safeties played well early and struggled late, especially with missed tackles. That was a problem as well. And so, like, there's definitely some issues going on there for sure. Now, real quick before we get to some more, and again, still have that giveaway, want to say thank you to my bookie. When I gamble, always looking for ways to get an edge, but at my bookie, they double your first deposit, so you start with a leg up. Use my promo code 49ERS, 49ers. Sign up now, claim your first deposit bonus with my bookie, and use the extra funds to kickstart your winning seasons. A lot of fun matchups this week. You got the 49ers without Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. Then you look Sunday night, the Titans and the Rams without Derrick Henry. So there's so many different places that you can jump into, but don't just take my word for it. Head to my bookie, sign up now with the promo code 49ers, or you can scan the QR code on the screen to get your money doubled before you even start a bet. So remember, good friends don't let friends win alone. So you have your buddies, use the referral link if you are eligible, and an additional $250 bonus on their first deposit. Plus, it's unlimited to redeem, so all your friends can join the party at my bookie. Bet anytime, anything, anywhere with my bookie. So, like, I want to talk more about this screen issue that David brought up because it's a big deal. One, linebackers had a bad game. Azeez, I love Azeez. This was his worst game by far. So many missed tackles. And it wasn't just our linebackers. Everybody had missed tackles. Nick Bosa, Fred Warner. You can go Azeez. Good Lord. That 3rd and 18 that he gave up for a first down was just awful. Manuel Mosley, missed tackle for a walk-in touchdown. It was just so bad. We missed Dre Greenlaw, the best tackling linebacker in the NFL. And I know some people were out there saying, oh, well, we're going to keep Azeez starting over Dre Greenlaw. What? Like, now, Kyle's personnel decisions, maybe, but Dre Greenlaw tackles. This team doesn't tackle. That's something that's got to be corrected. So Jimmy Ward being out, that hurts because he's always been a short tackler. Huff played well, had some rookie mistakes. It showed up. He got burnt. Safety play, linebacker play, defensive tackle play, right up the middle. The corners, all in all, not too bad in coverage. It really wasn't awful. We didn't lose this game because of corners. Maybe because of Josh Norman and his dumbass decision-making. Matt, thank you, man. He says, Trey is not saving this franchise. Yeah. Let me say this, and I think this is very key. Even Jimmy played really pretty well, Jimmy G standards, up until that interception. Yeah, he throws the ball too high. Yes, he gets his wide receivers and tight ends creamed, all those things. But, I mean, you didn't lose this game because of Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, you don't win the game because of Jimmy Garoppolo either. He didn't play that well. But a better quarterback isn't fixing that defense right now. That defense was trash today, okay? It's very important you understand that. But you don't put all that on a quarterback anyway. We've got a lot of issues, very fundamental core issues, things like tackling, like things like, man, situational awareness, things like understanding down and distance, the plays that you're going to be susceptible to before the play takes place. We've got some issues there for sure. Philip, thanks again for the gift, my brother. He says, Jimmy needs to consider more than just one receiver. Yeah, Debo was definitely, he's been the guy all year, but I love the target separation. George Kittle, 8 targets. Brandon Ayuk, 8 targets. Debo, 9 targets. That's awesome. Elijah Mitchell, 5 targets. Elijah Mitchell was unreal today. He only got 8 carries. What the hell? He only got 8 carries? And you could say, well, we fell behind, so whatever. No, listen to this. Again, problem with Kyle Shanahan. This is an issue. We had 2 rush attempts in the first quarter. Game went out of hand. We had 2 rushing attempts. We ran the ball 11 times. 1-1. That's it. We ran the ball 11 times. So the passing, spreading it out, I loved it, man. Again, 8 targets for Kittle. He was unreal. Outside of the fumble, that hurt for sure. It was the first fumble he ever lost. 8 targets for Ayuk. Unreal. Best game by far this year. Then he had the fumble, right? That was huge. Star players can't keep putting us in behind. Debo, he had 5 catches on 9 targets, had another drop. He leads the NFL now at 10. But still, lots of big plays there. Yeah, I have no problem this game with the disbursement of targets. Kittle changes everything. Why the hell do you only run the ball 11 times? Why do you only run the ball 11 times? I don't understand. Thank you, Martin. Really appreciate it, man. Austin. Austin Trolley says, go Pats. Congrats to you. Appreciate the gift, my friend. Thank you. Austin's a troll. He helps with a lot of behind-the-scenes 49er stuff. He's a good friend, but he is definitely a troll level 10. Tommy says, why can't we freaking tackle? I'm with you, man. The amount of missed tackles, I'm going to grade. And so usually what happens whenever I do my Patreon bits, I don't have my notepad next to me because I'm talking the whole time. But whenever I'm grading film with my players, I have a little pen and paper next to me. And I just keep like tally of missed tackles, whatever else, just different mental notes. Like that's going to be a long tally sheet. I mean, you're talking well over 10 plus. So last week, the 49ers had the most missed tackles all year with 10. This is worse. This is way worse, guys. Guillermo, thank you, my friend. Appreciate the gift. Jason, thank you. He said, John, towards the end of the game, I was getting mad at me because I knew you were going to be positive about this. Glad to see I was wrong. Keep it up. I love it. I'm getting tipped because I'm not being positive. Look at that, man. And I'll say this. Let's pause for a second because I want to give out this jersey. So I want to give out this jersey. But before I do, this is huge. we got a new development here, and I'm pretty excited about this. I announced it last episode. So here we go. This is for Patreon members. And then right after this, I'm going to be giving away that Joe Montana to one lucky, awesome person that supports the podcast. Guys, excited to announce a brand new kind of movement within the podcast itself, and that's called the Rush Hour. This is something I can't take credit for this. People have been emailing and asking for me to do some non-49ers content, okay? So here's what's going to happen. We're going to be doing bonus podcast episodes. The first 15 to 20 minutes, still going to be Niners focused. But the second half of the Rush Hour is going to be more broad topics in the NFL. Power rankings, tracking rookie quarterback development, seeing schemes and some tendencies, perhaps that's changing across the NFL. Coverage-based things like that. So the only place to get this is bonus coverage is going to be over on Patreon. So go to patreon.com, search for 49ers Rush Podcast. It's the only place it's going to be. Now, again, not taking anything away. This isn't taking the place of our regular programming. This is just trying to provide more value for the community that supports the podcast and is helping us to become kind of what we want it to be. So best way to support the podcast is always on Patreon. So if you want a little bit extra NFL broad with some 49ers focus at the start, that's the place to get it. The Rush Hour is going to be kind of a bi-weekly thing over on Patreon. Support the show, support the program so we can keep creating more for you. Thank you guys for all the support as always. Look forward to seeing you there. All right, here we go. Look at this bad boy right here. We got the red throwback Joe Montana jersey, free of charge. And again, just another way to say thank you to everybody. So the Countdown crew, you get entered in through Twitter. You also get entered in if you're a Patreon subscriber. We put all that in a thing. I do just pick a number digitally on the Google thing. Pops up, whatever that is, boom. Our winner today, and again, if you didn't win this, we do this monthly. We give away so much stuff. My goal is to get everybody a jersey at some point. Here we go. Here's our winner. Drum roll, baby. It goes to Grand Ason. Grand, new word, A-S-O-N. Congratulations for the Joe Montana jersey. And again, if you didn't win, don't worry. We do this all the time. Make sure you hit subscribe. Turn that notification bell on. Hashtag CC. You can also join us on Patreon. That's probably the best way. That's where that is. So I want to say congrats to you. And trust me, we'll be giving away a lot more stuff later on. Bobo, he says, we pretty much got to go undefeated. All right. Well, let's look at this. We're down. We're down a lot. We're 3-5. And yeah, 3-5 football teams. They're not good. We're currently the 11th seed in the NFC. Now, the top 7 get in. The Atlanta Falcons are currently the number 7 seed, and they're 4-4. We're one game out of the playoffs. But playoffs? We're not the if I'm coaching the 49ers currently, okay? Here's what you tell your team. You say, guys, F the playoffs, and don't even worry about the opponents. We'll put in the game plan week by week. Here's what the 49ers need to do. We focus on us. It's not about anybody we're playing. Regardless. It doesn't matter. We play the Rams next week, ouch, on Monday Night Football. So that's going to be fun. So, yeah, excited for that one. Yeah. But you focus on fundamentals because we don't have them. You focus on tackling. You focus on blocking. You focus on blitz exchange. If you're offensive lineman, you focus on catching the damn ball. That's what you focus on. Now, do I think they're making the switch to Trey Lance this week? Hell no. There's no way. There's no way. Listen to this, Sean. He says, Tom Compton versus Von Miller. Oh, boy. And you know, Kyle is arrogant enough to do it. And it's going to piss me off. Now, I don't think Von Miller plays this week. Ian Rappaport came out earlier this morning and said that, the Rams are planning on sitting Von Miller until he's 100% healthy and that they're not planning to play him tonight. He's already inactive, or next week either. So we'll have to see there. But you know what? Do we have to go undefeated? No, we don't. But we're 3-5. You got to get to 10 wins, right? You got to get to 10 wins. So you got to go 7-2 down the stretch. Well, let's go through the schedule real quick. We got Rams at home. Whoops. We're 1-11 at home. 1-11 at home. We got the Rams at home Monday night. Then we got at the Jags. They beat the Bills today. Then we got the Vikings, who they're either really good or really bad. Then we got Seattle. They're going to have Russell Wilson back, and it's in Seattle. Then we got the Bengals. They're a pretty good team, and it's at Cincinnati. Then we got the Falcons, who currently the number 7 team. Then we got at Tennessee Titans. Then we got Houston. Then we finish it up with at the Rams, which we're going to be at that game for the 49ers Rush road trip. And if you're going to Los Angeles, man, come party with us. We got a hotel on the beach, and the game might not be great, but I tell you what, we're going to have a blast. That's what we're going to do. But man, let's talk some positives, okay? And I see this. Thank you, Mr. Rice. Ayuk looked awesome. Okay, we got to talk about Brandon Ayuk. Yeah, the fumble hurt. That dude made 4 incredible contested catches. And again, I don't care about Jimmy overthrowing the ball. I don't care. Jimmy's not our future. I don't care about that. Brandon Ayuk is our future. I care about that. He looked great. And I wish we didn't have to be in a desperation kind of situation where we're down, 17, 24 points, whatever, to where we got to go force feed the ball to this guy. Because he catches contested catches. He's a damn good football player. Trust him. Now, Mitch, let's focus on special teams. We're picking at straws here. He had 2 punts inside the 20. That's good. Probably should have had to punt one of them because you should have went for it, but that's okay. Safeties. All right. Early on, safeties played really well. Second half, got completely manipulated. But my confidence in Talanoa Hufanga is still sky high. I think if you paired him with Jimmy Ward, a lot of those plays would disappear. D-line pressure, man. They were all around Colt McCoy. We just couldn't get to him that often. And whenever we do sack him, it's a phantom penalty. And again, that was a key moment in the game. It was a key moment in the game. And the refs turned around, as they always do versus us. It's weird how it happens. And just give them free points. 10 points of this game, 100% were created no part other than the referees. I mean, imagine if that was a 21-17 game down the stretch. That's a completely different ball game. Now, did the 49ers lose this game because of the refs? No. Hear me loud and clear. I complained about the refs. And rightfully so. We didn't lose this game because of the referees. Did the referees make it harder for it to be a close game? 100%. But no, the 49ers didn't play well enough on their own to win this game. The refs did help dig us a freaking hole to try to get out of. That didn't help. But even if the refs called the game correctly, the 49ers still lose this because they can't tackle. Can't tackle. They cannot tackle. Now, again, you just look up and down. We had 22 first downs. The offense moved. 337 yards offense, that's okay. We gave up 437 yards. We gave up 437 yards to Colt McCoy, guys. And we can be pissed at Kyle, and we can be pissed at Tom Compton, and we can be pissed at all those things. You don't give up 437 yards to Colt McCoy. It stops there. I can keep going through all these stats. It doesn't matter. And, D'Amico Ryans, let's be real, there's been some good games, some great games on defense, incredible games. We held Seattle to 230 yards. We held the Cardinals last time to 300 yards with everybody. This time they go out there, holy freaking cow. You gave up 437 yards to Colt McCoy? Whew. Without DeAndre Hopkins? Without A.J. Green, without their left guard, without their best running back, that hurts, man. That hurts bad. We were 4 for 10 on third downs. That's an improvement for us, but it's not great. It's not great. Turnovers, 3 turnovers. That's the story, right? You got the interception. You got both the fumbles. So pick your poison. Missed tackles, turnovers. Refs. I throw refs in there. I think those are probably the 3 biggest factors. And lack of running plays. We ran the ball 11 times. 11. That makes 0 sense. I don't even understand that. It doesn't compute. What the hell? You ran the ball 11 times? Now, and Daniel, Jeff Wilson did play. And Kyle Shanahan even came out and said, The question was asked, does Elijah Mitchell's ribs determine if Jeff Wilson plays or suits up and is active? And he said it does. He said, ideally, we'd like to give Jeff Wilson one more week, but we're going to pull him up, and they did, just in case. But Elijah Mitchell was fine. But the fact that he only got, what was it? He got 8 carries. 8 carries. Kyle just freaking panicked. He panicked. He panicked. I think that's kind of what it is. Now, and again, you look at Jimmy Garoppolo, 28 for 40, threw for 326 yards and 2 touchdowns. The interception late hurt. 5 sacks, well, that's Tom Compton. But he still finished with a 100 quarterback rating. Like, Jimmy wasn't bad this game. Was the interception bad? Yeah. Did he completely lock on to one freaking wide receiver for 3+ seconds and then loft a freaking doozy over the middle without checking the backside safety or linebacker? Yep. But he's going to do that. But I still believe, like, we did not lose this game because of Jimmy Garoppolo. No. Missed tackles, turnovers. You're down 3 turnovers to none. And I think this is another thing that's an issue too. Right? We didn't force any turnovers. Yeah, we did. Nick Bosa did. Nick Bosa forced a turnover at a key moment in the red zone. What happens? Falls straight into Fred Warner's hands on the ground, and then it just spits out. We had 4 49ers literally around it, and we didn't get the ball. Those are the things. Now, how do you make those things happen? But I've said this. Sometimes the ball bounces your way. Sometimes it doesn't. When the ball consistently bounces not your way, that's on you. You have to find ways to create that. And we didn't do that. Nick Bosa forced a fumble. Incredible play. Right in Fred Warner's hands. Bloop. Gone. Like, that's a key swing. I think they got 3 points on that possession. But hey, what if we march down, score a touchdown? That changes everything. That's a 10-point swing. We missed that opportunity. So that's huge. Devin, he says, yeah, we didn't get a single defensive pass interference. We did not. We did get phantom roughing the passer calls. That was just a bad call, man. That was a bad call. So yeah, there's some positivities there. There's no way. Here's the question, Charlie. He says, have you had enough of this? Where is the way out, right? So it's bad. What are the positives long term and what you're looking at that you could say, like, all right, cool. It's fundamental issues. We have people that can tackle. We have that. That takes place. Fred Warner can tackle. Talanoa Hufanga can tackle. Manuel Mosley can tackle. Aziz, he can. He missed tackles a lot, but if he's the number 3 linebacker, like he should be, when Dre Greenlaw comes back, that helps that too. So you can fix tackling. Turnovers. George Kittle's never lost a fumble in his entire career. This is the first one, so you can fix that. The fumble by Ayuk, had to make an incredible catch because Jimmy always throws high over the middle and tries to get his guys killed, whatever. Makes an unreal catch. He caught the back half of the ball, fell down. Never got to tuck the ball away because he caught the back half of it, so it wasn't a natural thing. So he just got up stumbling for the end zone. Ball came out. And again, those are great plays punched out by the Cardinals. The difference is when our great players, Nick Bosa punches it out, we don't recover it. So somebody punches it out, somebody's got to recover it. And we're missing that. So we can correct those turnovers. Now, the Jimmy G interception, you're not correcting. That's who he is. It's who he's going to be. So correct those issues and get Tom Compton and Josh Norman out of the damn building. They do not belong. They do not belong. But we all knew that. Every single team knew that. We all knew that. I saw somebody take it like a victory lap, like, ha, ha, ha. You guys talk about Mike McGlinchey all the time. This is what you get. It's like, no. We talk about Mike McGlinchey for Jalen Moore. Nobody. Not yet. How do I say this? Tom Compton's mom didn't want Tom Compton to play. She knows what he is. She watches the games. Nobody wanted that. And it's not Tom Compton's fault. It's not number 27's fault, right? Like, this is why I even started using his number because it's not his fault. He's getting to play NFL football. That's awesome. He's getting paid. No player's going to be like, hey, coach, take me out. Yeah, I'm just maybe not that good. No. That's not his job. It's the coach's job to realize the personnel. And maybe this is where we started and this is where we're going to end. The personnel decisions are horse manure. It's awful, and it's limiting this team severely. The offense was freaking flying today. Then we'd have a turnover. Flying turnover. Flying, and then once, McGlinchey went out, then it was just sack. It was bad. Noe, man, thank you, my brother. And he says, whatever the outcome, faithful now, faithful then. God, I love it. I love my Niners, even though it hurt me. Yeah, it hurts, man. Yeah, I posted the gif of, like, the karate guy, like, just getting kicked in the nuts over and over and over again. I was like, this is what it feels like watching this game right now. And, yeah, this is the ups and downs. Like, the 49ers are spoiled, right? 5 Super Bowls. We've had the best quarterbacks, and, like, it's unreal how spoiled we've been if you've been around here for a minute. But we've had some bad ones too, man. And you got to take them all. And that's what makes us different. That's why we're the faithful. We're not Cowboys fans. That's not who we are. We show up for the games. Whenever you're there, you stay for the end of the game. You support your team. And yeah, you can critique and you can complain and you can be pissed. That's cool. What's not cool is like, oh, this ain't my team. But you're here. You guys are here. I'm preaching to the choir. Y'all are the best there is. The support, the energy, and you stick with your team. We still got a ways to go. We're one game out of the playoffs. But, again, the goal this year isn't even the playoffs, right? The goal this year is build for the future. So I would love to start to see some more personnel decisions that would reflect that, because some of these people are not part of the future. They are not, okay? Drake Kirkpatrick, not part of the future. Josh Norman, not part of the present. Tom Compton, not part of the present, right? So let's start to reflect those decisions, and let's move forward. So anyway, love you guys. You are the absolute best. We got a lot of stuff this week, man. I'm going to dive into this game, and here's what I will tell you about the film. And my Patreon subscribers, you guys hear this all the time. It's never as good as you think it is. It's never as bad as you think it is. This feels pretty damn bad. So there's going to be some positives in the film. I know it. But golly, man, it was a rough day. But hey, we keep going. And hey, just in case you thought it was bad or whatever else, hey, we just played Monday Night Football this week, which you got to love, against the Rams. Woo! Imagine if we come out and win that one. I don't know how it's going to happen. I hate that it's at home. I would much rather it be in L.A. We'll see what happens. Love you guys. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to the faithful. You guys are incredible. And as always, stay strong, faithful.